So what is going on, people? It's Kim here and welcome back to Completed Transfers episode 3, and today we're going through La Liga. So first of all, we got Kiko Casilla joining Real Madrid. Of course, looks like quite a promising goalkeeper actually. I'm not really sure what to think about it because I, for one, have a lot of respect for Iker Casillas, and I'm not sure if this guy can replace him. What do you guys reckon? Can he do that? I'm not sure because Casillas is a pretty big name to fill. And yeah, I do still think he's a good player despite everything that he's been through. But yeah, we'll leave Iker Casillas for a different time. Kiko Casilla is a good goalkeeper without a doubt, but he's got big boots to fill without a doubt as well. And I'm just still unsure on whether or not Madrid are going to add De Gea or not this transfer window. Could it happen in January now? I'm not sure what's going on because I did mention this in the previous episode where we discussed some of the BPL transfers. And yeah, we talked about De Gea and if or not he was going to join Madrid, what exactly is going to happen. It seems like the move has been put on halt. But at the end of the day, what you've got to think of is even though Spain is David De Gea's homeland, he's moving from another country. So there are a lot of things that he might perhaps have to do and adjust if he is going to make the move to Madrid. But I'm not sure now because obviously Casilla is a good goalkeeper. But again, I think I would rather have David De Gea. So maybe he is just a backup option for Real Madrid. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. I know that a couple of you guys are Real Madrid fans. Some of you might know more about Casilla than what I do. To be honest, I'm not that up to speed on him. I've literally did some research on him earlier this morning, and yeah, I was literally just looking at just a couple of his stats and stuff and where he came from. Obviously he's a Spanish goalkeeper, so maybe that is part of the reason that he's that Real Madrid went for him as well, to get some, just to help another young Spanish goalkeeper come up through the ranks. I think it would be good to see. Maybe they are going for the more homegrown option. But yeah, nevertheless, I think he's only, if I try to remember his age, he was something I think he's born in 86, so that would make him about 28, yeah. So to be fair, he's not actually that young, but for a goalkeeper, I guess he sort of is. And he started off at in his youth career at a team called Gymnastic, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But he was there in the year 2000. That's when he started out at football. Then in 2000 he shortly after he joined Real Madrid's senior career and he was there for 4 years before he got a call up to Real Madrid's C team. He actually made no appearances for them at all though, and he was there for 2 years. Then he got called up to the B team. I can't even speak, guys. Where he only made 5 appearances. He went out on loan to Espanyol's B team then, and he got 25 appearances. So this is when he started to become more noticed and obviously started to get more game time. Probably started to develop as a player. Yeah, he was out at Espanyol for 1 year, 2007 to 2008, and he didn't actually join on loan. I'm mistaken, reading my notes from last night. He moved there on a permanent deal to Espanyol. Then he moved to Espanyol's proper team, actual RCD Espanyol. He was there in 2008 and he remained until obviously 2015, where he's gone back to Real Madrid now. But he at Espanyol over the course of 2000 and up until 2010, he was at Espanyol, but he made 115 appearances for them anyway. But in 2008 till 2010, He went out on loan to a side called Cadiz or Cadiz, I'm not sure how you pronounce that again. Made 66 appearances for those. Then in 2010 to 2011, he went to Cartagena. No, that's the one. Cartagena, that's how you pronounce it. 35 appearances for those. And he had a year out on loan there in 2011. Then, of course, went back to Espanyol in 2011 and remained there until, obviously, his move to Real Madrid. He's had a couple of appearances for his national teams. He's played for the Spanish under-19s 3 times, 3 appearances for those. Then 2008 he went to Spanish under-21s, made an appearance for those. He's actually appeared for the Spanish national team as well, once in 2014, and he also has made 5 appearances for Catalonia, who are basically another Spanish sort of national team. And I've actually recently discovered that there are national teams out there, specifically in Spain, like Catalonia, where they don't really appear in the World Cup or anything like that. But these guys, they actually play at the new camp. Catalonia do, and they just represent the Catalan Catalan football, which of course is Barcelona. So that's quite controversial, really. He's a Catalan, yet plays for Real Madrid. So who knows? Maybe this guy could be poised for a move to Barcelona in the future if he does obviously do well. Still, I think it's quite an unusual signing for Real Madrid, but at the end of the day, it is where he was there throughout his youth, so maybe he's just going back there for now. But I don't know, if he's a Catalan, surely that's what Barcelona are heavily linked with. I'm not a religious person, and I'm not sure how it all works out, but that's all I know. That's what people call Barcelona, the Catalans at the end of the day. And yeah, I do just think it's quite strange that he's a Catalan. Yeah, he's playing for Real Madrid, and he started his youth career there. But I wish him, good luck anyway. He seems like an alright talent. He's quite tall, actually. He's 6'3". But I don't know. It's kind of an odd signing. I don't think he'll be Real Madrid's first choice keeper at all. I'm just not sure. That it just brings me back to the whole De Gea situation. Will De Gea go? Because currently, in terms of goalkeepers, Real Madrid have got obviously Kiko Casilla. They've got Navas, Keylor Navas, and is there another one? I think that's pretty much. There's probably a reserve keeper or something as well there. But yeah, it's not looking, I don't know, because I don't really rate that Navas guy too much. I think they've got to be going for another good goalkeeper. But maybe Casilla will prove me wrong. Maybe this is going to be his season. We'll soon find out. Anyway, let's move on to Felipe Luis. Now, this guy was only at Chelsea for a year, and he's gone to Spain. Obviously made his move to Atletico Madrid. Didn't really, I don't know, I don't think he really hit it off at Chelsea, did he? He was alright. I think he played it safe in a couple of games. It's absolutely mad to think that this guy was literally at Chelsea for a year, and it probably didn't even work out as a year, and then he just left the season after. So I don't know. I'm not actually 100% sure on whose half it was, if he wanted to leave or if it was just Mourinho making room for somebody else. But it's quite odd, really, when you think about it. But he's that one who, sadly, I use quite a lot in Ultimate Team, so I'm quite upset about that. He used to fit into my BPL squad quite nicely, and he was pretty good on there. But he's 29 years of age, so he's still pretty young. He started off his career at, I can't even say the name of this team right, a Brazilian team called Figueirense or something like that. And then he actually joined Ajax, who of course I'm quite familiar with in his senior career. Then he as well went to Real Madrid's B team, made 37 appearances for those. He went to Deportivo La Coruña, 111 appearances he got for those. Went to Atletico Madrid, got 125 appearances for them, scored 2 goals. Went to Chelsea, of course, 2014 to 15 season, made 15 appearances for Chelsea. Then he's back at Real Madrid now, so that's mad. It's absolutely mad. It's a strange one, but yeah, I guess the Premier League just wasn't really for him. Another player alongside Felipe Luis anyway is Jackson Martinez. What a legend this guy is. He's a fantastic player, and Arsenal were linked with him, and I was so happy. Like, I was like, he's what we need. He'd be an absolute beast player. I'd love to see him in the BPL sometime. But he joins Felipe Luis at Atletico Madrid, and again, he is obviously a Colombian international, very good for his country. Actually scored quite a few goals for them. He's only 28 years of age. He is actually 6'1" tall as well, and he's got quite a good build about him, so he's strong, and he's also pretty pacey as well, considering like his height. He is quite quick. So he came through the ranks at Independiente Medellin. I think I've said that pretty good. He went on to join their senior team, and in 2004, stayed there till 2009. He made 136 appearances for those and scored 55 goals. Then in 2009 up until 2012, he joined Chiapas on a permanent deal. 58 appearances and 28 goals for them. Then, of course, where he really became noticed all around, a huge fan of his, despite supporting a different Portuguese team, is AA9 Skills, the YouTuber. If you want to check him out, he is always praises Martinez, and he is a Benfica fan. And obviously, in 2012 up until 2015, Jackson Martinez played for Porto. But yeah, Skills is always, despite Skills being a Benfica fan, he's always praised Martinez. For Porto, Martinez appeared in 90 games and scored 67 goals, which isn't bad at all. And for Colombia as well, I remember him in the Cups. 2009, he joined the Colombian national team. He got his call up. 37 appearances for them, and scored 10 goals so far. But I'm sure he's going to add to that because he's really hitting it off now. He seems to be at his prime. And let's move on to the next 3 transfers, the next 3 players that we've got. We have got Rafael van der Vaart, the ex-Spurs, and also the guy who owns the title to this video. Is this guy the slowest midfielder in FIFA? I'm not sure. You guys are going to have to let me know. Is he like the slowest, gold midfielder in FIFA, I should say? Rafael van der Vaart, 49 pace. That's almost as bad as Mertesacker. Like, and come on. But yeah, I remember him pretty well from his Tottenham days. Really, it kind of went pretty much downhill from there. I was quite surprised to see him go. I thought that when he was at Tottenham, he was the Tottenham captain, wasn't he? And he was also like one of Tottenham's best players as well. So I was really surprised to see him go, especially to Hamburg, I think it was, abroad in Germany. So yeah, Van der Vaart is from the Netherlands. He's 32 years of age now, which probably plays a huge part in that short pace that he has there. But he came through the ranks at Ajax, who are a well-known Dutch side, probably the best Dutch side. If I know anything about Dutch football, yeah, he started his like footballing career there. He came through their senior team in the year 2000, and he remained at Ajax for 5 years, where he got 117 appearances and scored 52 goals. Not bad at all for a midfielder. Then in 2005 till 2008, he joined Hamburger SV, which he would later rejoin later on in his career. He got 74 appearances for them and 30 goals, which again, that isn't bad at all. He then went to Real Madrid in 2008, and he stayed there for 2 years, making 58 appearances and scoring 11 goals for them, which is probably where Tottenham kind of you know, he flashed up on their radar. In 2010, he made his move to White Hart Lane, remained there for 2 years up until 2012. But at Tottenham, he got 63 appearances and scored 28 goals, which again isn't bad. But yeah, he made his return to Hamburger in 2012, leaving Tottenham Hotspur to join them, and he remained there up until, of course, this transfer window, making 78 appearances and scoring 16 goals despite being 31 years of age. And I think that's pretty good, really. He's now 32, and he was how old then when he joined? He was about late 20s when he joined Hamburger. So yeah, he didn't do pretty bad there on his second time around. And now he's made his move to Real Betis, so he's back in the La Liga, back in Spanish football. Maybe that was where it was right for him, and maybe he just feels more comfortable over there. It could be for a lot of reasons, but if you have a look at his national team like history as well, he's played for Netherlands under 17s, made 13 appearances for those and scored 5 goals. Played for Netherlands under 19s, 8 appearances and 2 goals for them. Then he went to Netherlands under 21s, 4 appearances and 2 goals. Then, of course, in 2001, he got his call up to the national Netherlands team, and so far he's made 109 appearances and scored 25 goals. So that's really not bad at all. And yeah, I think he's just a great. He's a great player at the end of the day, and I was really surprised to see him leave Tottenham. Maybe he just wasn't comfortable over here because it was his first time in the BPL and playing, obviously, you know, English football. Maybe it just didn't suit him. But next up, we have got Arda Turan's signing that kind of shocked me, to be honest. Does this signing mean that Pedro is on his way out? There's a lot of links at the moment, linking Pedro to absolutely everywhere. Manchester United, Arsenal, I think there's some more. I think Liverpool might have been in with him. I really don't have a clue. There's just that many. The list goes on and on and on. So he is a Turkish international, and he is currently 28 years of age. He started off at Galatasaray, where he got promoted from their youth academy, and he joined their senior team in 2004. Up until 2011, he got 130 appearances for Galatasaray and scored 29 goals. Then in 2006, he went out on loan to a team called Manisaspor on loan. 15 appearances and 2 goals for those. Then obviously he went back to Galatasaray after his loan expired and remained there from 2006 onwards. Then in 2011, he made his big move to Atletico Madrid, which is where he, got massively noticed. He was absolutely loved by their fans. He was more known at Atletico Madrid for his assists, and he probably still is now as well. But in 2011, up until obviously this transfer window in 2015, he was at Atletico Madrid. He made 127 appearances for Madrid and scored 13 goals. And obviously recently joined Barcelona. It will be interesting to see how he links up top with Messi, Suarez, Neymar. It's gonna be pretty big, and I think Barcelona are getting a hell of a lot stronger. But if you have a look at just his national team history, is mad, right? He's played for so many of the Turkish sides. He even played for Turkey's under 16s. Scored 2 goals in 10 games for those. Then he moved on to the under 17s. He's played for the under 18s, under 19s, under 20s, and under 21s. Then in 2006, he got his big call up to the Turkish national side, where he has so far scored 14 goals and made 81 appearances. So the last transfer we're going to go over today. I'm sorry that this video has been a little bit long. We have got Ciro Immobile. Now, this one actually really shocked me. He mustn't have enjoyed his time at Borussia Dortmund. I know Borussia Dortmund was sort of on the decline at the moment, but this really did shock me. He's only 25 years of age, but he literally spent a year at Borussia Dortmund and left. He didn't really have the best of years, I suppose, to consider to the time that he did the season that he had before in Italy with Torino. But for me, this guy, I don't know, I think he's a crafty one, this guy. I don't think he's very loyal. I think he just likes to travel from team to team. So, basically, he started off his senior career at Juventus, where he came through the ranks there in 2009, and he remained at Juventus until 2012, but throughout all that time, he only appeared 3 times for Juventus. He got sent out on loan in 2010 whilst he was at Juventus to a team called Siena. He made 4 appearances and scored 1 goal for those, so that's not too bad, I guess. 1 goal and 4. Then in 2011 he went out on loan to a team called Grosseto, where he made 16 appearances and scored 1 goal. Then he went to a team called Pescara on loan and made 37 appearances and scored 28 goals. So that's a little bit better. Then he departed when he went back to Juventus in 2012. He departed the club and went to Genoa, signed for Genoa on a permanent deal. He was only there for a year. He made 33 appearances and scored 5 goals. So that's pretty bad. Then he made his move to Torino the year after and made 33 appearances and scored 22 goals. So obviously that's probably his best. That's definitely one of his best seasons, despite the loan move to Pescara. He is still young at the end of the day, but he signed for Borussia Dortmund last year, made 24 appearances and only got 3 goals to his name. So that's pretty bad, really. But he's recently, I did get mistaken, guys, he hasn't joined Betis. He's gone out on loan to Betis, so that is why he obviously is there now. So he's out on loan at Betis, but that's quite, I don't know, he seems to have travelled quite a lot. Maybe he just hasn't really fitted in anywhere. Maybe German football just wasn't for him. I'm not sure, but I didn't realise he actually did that badly for Borussia that last season. I wasn't really paying that much attention. Only scoring 3 goals is pretty bad, I suppose. He's hasn't really played too much for his international side either, Italy. Obviously it's quite difficult to get into there, and you have to bear his age in mind as well. He's only 25 years old. He's played for the under-20s, the under-21s, and obviously in 2014, so last year, he got called up to the Italian national team. So he's pretty new to the Italian national team. He's so far got 12 appearances and scored 1 goal, so it's not, I don't know, it's not too bad. But I thought for a moment there that he'd actually joined Betis on a permanent deal, but he is only actually on loan, so it'd be interesting to see how he does. But I was still quite shocked because I did know of him like really well. He was really hyped up before he made his move to Dortmund, because he had a really good season out at Torino. But it just goes to show, like, you know, it doesn't mean everything at the end of the day. I know that a couple of Arsenal fans wanted to sign him as well, actually, before he made his move to Borussia. Maybe they don't really want to sign him now. But yeah, thank you all for watching anyway. He was the last transfer today. I will be going through some more transfers, like I say. If you've got any suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed this video, smash the thumbs up button and let me know in the comments down below as well. If you've got any transfers you want to see me go over, even if it's just one specific team or one player, let me know and I will do that for you. And also, if you've got any suggestions, you've got any comments, anything you want to add, any opinions you want to add about the transfers that we've gone through today, feel free to do so and I might use your comment in one of the future videos. With that being said, I'll be back in a bit.